you will land on your feet. And no matter what is going on, whether it be loss, anything, you're gonna be alright. You're gonna be just fine. And I know I'm young and I'm not very wise, but I think realizing that you're gonna be okay is probably one of the hardest things to realize. You just gotta keep pushing forward. And yeah, you can think about that mistake you made or whatever someone did to you. But even if it wasn't your fault, you can learn from that. You can learn that what they did isn't okay. And that's not someone you should hang around. And it's just it, it's just the truth. And one thing I've learned is that the truth is hard to accept, but the truth will always set you free. And that's just how it is. You will be okay because you are worth more than whatever these people who are bringing you down are worth. And I know they're just as human as you, but to you, they shouldn't mean anything. You shouldn't let them get to you. You shouldn't let them mean anything because that's their goal. They want that reaction. You're giving them that attention by, feeling bad about what they said or what they did. So you need to move on and realize that they're not worth your time and they are just petty or insecure or any of the other million terms that people can use for reasons on why they're bringing you down. Now, I know it can be hard to accept losing a friend. Let's talk about losing a friend for a minute, because I did lose a friend recently. Now, it's hard to move on from that. It is hard to accept what happened, and that is probably one of the hardest things to accept, but it is one of the hardest things to accept that who you were with, who you were hanging out with, was bad. It is very hard to realize that, and it isn't until you stop being friends that you really start to realize who you are when you were around them. Now, to be honest, moving on is probably the hardest part about losing a friend. And if you think you can't, you can. You will wake up, and at some point in your day, you will realize that you haven't given it a single thought. You hadn't thought about what had been going on. You hadn't thought about what you had been previously been stewing over. Now, that is what forgetting really, truly is. Because if it isn't, It's not even forgetting. I talked about this in my last video on Minecraft. Forgetting. Oh, but like, you're gonna be fine. You will land on your feet. You will be okay. And it's hard to realize that, but you're just you're going through a rough time. I get it. And maybe I don't know, talking to someone about it. That will definitely help. And don't be afraid to reach out to someone. Because if you're going through a rough patch and you think about doing something stupid rather, if you think about doing something stupid, then reach out to someone. Because the last thing you need is to make an irrational last minute decision based on someone who hurt you. You will be okay. You will land on your feet. And it sounds nearly impossible if whatever just happened or whatever's going on is going on right now. It sounds impossible. But like I said earlier, one day you will realize you hadn't thought about it. And you're going to be like, holy crap, I hadn't thought about it. And that's the beauty of it, is you'll realize you can forget. And then after that, everything that you're going through will you'll start to move on. You'll start to learn from what happened, and it will be easier. Everything that's happening will never vanish, and yes, it will always be with you, but you will be back on your feet, and either a different person in a good way, or in a bad way. And that's another thing I want to cover is how you take those situations. You need to act rationally. You need to think about how you react, how you respond to the situation. Because if you don't handle it right, maybe the person hurting you might twist that and make you look like the bad guy, and boom, now you're in an even worse situation. So just be careful with how you react to the situations you have going on and everything around you. Because if you're not careful, stuff could end badly. And again, even if it does end badly, you will land on your feet. You will be okay. I need to find some sheep because it's night. I'm gonna get killed if I don't actually find them. But that's just really a topic I wanted to cover. Don't let whatever's going on change you for the worst, because you don't want to have people looking at you like you're some, you don't want to look like you're the bad guy. You don't want to lose a friend and have them say all this stuff about you. And then, boom, because you acted irrationally on a situation, then now you look like the bad guy. You're made out to be an awful person. Act rationally and just go about the situation that you're in smartly. You will be okay. I just wanted to tell everyone that you will land on your feet. Alright? Everything gets easier as time passes. May seem like that it doesn't right now, but I can assure you that it will get easier. I'm gonna make a couple of torches now, light up my house. Now my house isn't the greatest, but I'm using what I can use. Terrain was kind of wonky, and I was too lazy to make it all flat. But that's another thing, using what you have. Don't, freak out because it's not how you want it to be, because not everything goes your way. It will work out. Everything will be okay. I say this for the 50th time. Make sure that it really gets in your head that you will be okay. Now, I'm gonna probably end the video here. I'm gonna finish the house later at some point. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this short little, I don't even know what to call it. Last video, someone called it a therapy session. But I don't even know if it's up for that. But yeah. You'll be fine.